Hello, happy Tuesday, everybody. Tuesday, July 28th. And today I want to talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is rocking it. We're also going to be talking about the SPY, the QQQ, and also about metals right now, what is going on, and where the market could be going from here. So let's go ahead and get into the SPY, right? So I've got the SPY daily chart up. I said, hey guys, you know what? When we look back at it on our 45-minute chart, I'm still feeling bullish. We're in this upward trend. We went ahead, we bounced off of our weekly for EMA, and let's pull it up on that weekly. We're almost touched it, right? We almost touched the weekly, 319.74. We almost came down there yesterday. Hey Asif, good afternoon. Hey John, hey Bat Scientist. So I'm still liking this. Look, on our weekly, we're still in this upward channel, right? So we could go on up and we could test these upper bounds up here of 330. I think this week is really going to be crucial. Why? We do have Trump that's going to be talking to the Senate. He doesn't want to have the blood on his hands of the 13 million Americans that are going to be without unemployment, right? So without the extra money. So I feel like he's going to really go ahead and push this through, and we are going to see new highs coming into the market as far as up to 330, then on up to 340 after that. We also have massive earnings coming out on Thursday. Really big night. So be cautious. Check the earnings that are going to be announcing Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Thursday after close. It's going to be a very big day in the market. And Amazon will be reporting, Facebook will be reporting. You guys saw it yesterday. So I feel like we're going to have a crazy week ahead of us. And really watching the SPY, we're above the 322 level, which is looking pretty strong for me. I had that area back here on watch. We're in limbo between the two moving averages, so we could head on up to, again, 333. I said yesterday 320, 341. We tested it today, but we did not go above it. We could not go ahead and hold above it. So when we pull it back to our 45-minute chart. Hello, Kawakawakila. I love that. That's fun to say. That we're in that upward motion, right? We've broken this downward trend. We had a bit higher volume yesterday, and now we're coming up. We need to go ahead and really close above 323.50 for me to really feel super bullish. But you can see we've come down to that lower bound down here, and we're down at the bottom. If we go forward and we look up, all right, so 330.61, I don't think we're going to get here today, right? So let's slide on over the chart. Maybe we're going to get up to 331. The 29th, no, maybe, maybe on the 31st, the end of the month, they're going to go ahead and try to end it up strong up here, maybe 332.24. We might go up and test that level. So keep it on watch. We also have the Qs, right? NASDAQ. Also, make sure you guys check in. If you're new to my channel, first of all, please go ahead, like and subscribe, and put in the comments or in the chat if there's any videos you'd like to see. I'm trying to expand it more to help you guys see more of the trader lifestyle, trader habits to help everybody. So the Qs also in that upward trend have this shorter term trend line on the 45-minute chart, but we do have this downward wedge. So looking for it really to close above, I'd like to see it go ahead and close above 260, 260.50 for it to be really strong for me. And yeah, Julia, you know what? The Qs and the SPY are really just trading sideways. We also have FOMC, the Federal Open Market Committee, that we'll be talking tomorrow at 2 is actually they're talking today and tomorrow. So at 2:30, they're going to be announcing the Cliff Notes version. Then in 3 weeks, they'll be releasing the full notes. So right now, looking at it, if we have a positive reaction tomorrow, in 3 weeks, again, we might have another positive reaction. Yes, exactly, Julio. It's going to be pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Kodak too. I have it on my list. And Bitcoin. So I've got Bitcoin up in the background. Bitcoin absolutely rocking it today. So Bitcoin why is it all of a sudden going crazy? Well, you can see we also broke the technical right here. We broke out from the highs. I did it back here, actually even further back, I think. So drew a trend line, and it's breaking that trend line higher than normal. No, you know what, Julio? It is not treat driven. You got to come over, join us on the dark pools, right? The dark pools are what drive the market. They go ahead, they place their trades, and then the market moves accordingly to where they want it to go. So it's not, in my opinion, those tweets that come out are more in relation to, hey, you guys are done. Okay, it's time to move the market now. Not that it's tweet driven. So with Bitcoin, rocking it, had a crazy past 2 days, or Grayscale Bitcoin Trust as an equity to trade Bitcoin if you don't want to trade the currency itself. But holding on to gold and holding on to crypto in this environment could potentially be a very good idea. When we look back at silver, let's look back at silver on the monthly chart, right? We did this yesterday. Look, it went from 845 October of 28 up to 2011. What happened? We can also look at the dollar at the same time. I should do it inverse, right? So 28 to 2011, the dollar really dropped in value in that time frame, and silver was going up. Now let's go ahead, let's look at GLD, right? GLD did the same thing. Pulled back, and then it surged up. So when we're looking at it, look, we're testing those levels from 2011 right now as well. So when we look at those levels, in the time that we're in a recession, where do people go? They're going to go, where do people go? They're going to go to gold. They're going to go to silver. Just read an article that they are limiting the number of metals that people can really buy. Another one, very undervalued still, platinum. Now, platinum overall is, for their seasonality, tends to have a downturn at this time, whereas silver and gold tend to be upward motion. So looking at that, platinum, the arena for platinum itself, let's go to the platinum futures, right? Platinum, let me go back here. Platinum futures, right? So we're on our monthly chart. It's going to come up in a second. I don't use futures on here. So it is not going to show us real-time data. It's going to show delayed. But when we go back and we look at it, again, what happened 2008 to 2011? We more than doubled in value, right? So when that happens, we got to pay attention. Look at what happened in the past when we were in a recession or depression type scenario. Potentially, a drop in the markets could happen, but for now the Feds are pumping all this money into the economy. What does that do? It increases inflation. What does that do to the dollar? More dollars that are out there decreases the value of the dollar. Just like a stock float. If somebody goes ahead and does a secondary offering, they create more shares for that company, then that value of that company drops per share, right? It's the market cap stays the same, but the overall value for each share is going to drop. So that's what's happening to the dollar. So a lot of metals, potentially copper too. Let's see, copper futures. Let's look and see if copper futures did the same thing right here. Because if you look at that in the past, people will go to that commodity. We don't have it all the way back in 2011. But right now, it's surging as well. Oh, Michael, I read your mind. You're sending it to me. So copper right now is breaking out as well. All of the metals in the sector could really surge higher. It's likely the Fed is going to say, all right, we're going to do some sort of stimulus. Not 100% though. But does Trump in an election year want to have it on his history that he let people go through unemployment after Friday, the 31st, that he wants to go ahead and have it on his hands, blood on his hands, that he did not give the people of the U.S. money in this pandemic? Personally, I don't think so. That's going to really hinder his re-election abilities. the ability to campaign right now is not doing so well. What did he do? He went to Myrna Factory to go ahead and say, hey, look, I'm supporting this company. They're going through the phase 3 trials. Remember, with COVID vaccine stocks, that 1 out of the 10 is going to go ahead and have that vaccine. So you have a 90% chance of being in the wrong one. Now, if you are in the right one, that might affect it, but those valuations could already be built in to the pricing, and they might all drop. ASIF, I believe that the dollar is being devalued because we're printing more money, right? It's all happening and they're printing more money. So we've covered the metals, we've covered Bitcoin. You guys wanted to talk about Kodak. So Kodak, why did Kodak really spike today? Let's go ahead and look at it on a 15-minute chart. Or daily. Let's go to the daily, even better, right? So Kodak came up and it tested the 200 simple moving average right here yesterday. A lot of people piled in short. Hey, it's going to sell off from here. Well, Kodak has 18.1 million in the float. This is a classic low float squeeze, right? So pre-market today, what happened? Yep, it started to go up. The shorts started to have to cover. 76% volume from yesterday was short. So what was our volume yesterday? Let's go to my favorite short volumes. And let's put up KODK. And that's many times what happens with a low float, really high volatility momentum play, right? So yesterday, actually, excuse me, it was 52% short volume, 611 shares. So 600, Alexa, what's 611,000? Oh, hey Google, what's 611,000 divided by 18 million?
The answer is approximately 0.033944.
So it was roughly 4% short of the entire float yesterday. And then it opened up today and went ahead and squeezed. And then you have those people, hey, it's breaking out, and let me go ahead and jump on board. So it had twice the momentum to the upside. Now, is it going to come back to 750 and potentially hold that as a support area? Potentially. ASIF, that's shortvolumes.com. You can see it right there on the chart. And also, another great one today. It was not on my list. You guys can see here's my list. I do offer this daily on my website, super affordable. And I'm going to go ahead and give you different levels to go ahead and watch. So, hey, shop if it goes above right here, it's going to potentially break out. If it goes down below here, it's going to potentially be a short. Well, guess what? Wasn't really a trade either way today. They took it to both extremes and it didn't break out. Silver, I had it listed. Hey, if it goes above 22.20, another potential long trade on it. You can see it performed well. So if you guys want this, try it out. You can try it for a month. It's roughly $1 a day, like to get 10 stocks with all these levels to go ahead and watch. Also, American Airlines had it as a potential short. Well, guess what? Look, it broke that level, came up, tested it again as support, and it bounced up from there. So you guys can see there's lots of value in that list. It's just a matter of understanding how to trade it as well. Overstock. Let's go see what's going on with Overstock. Overstock is also a lower float. Let's see here. OSTK. Did they have earnings today, Chip? We also had Pfizer that had earnings today. So it was 51% short volume. And when we go here, let's look and see how many shares. I feel like it's low float. OSTK, stock float of Wall Street Journal. The public float is 38 million. So it is fairly low float. Oh, it helps when you type in the ticker, right, huh? So yeah, it's rocking today. To the upside yesterday, a bit sideways today, right? So it can't really break above 60.50. I would want to see this as a potential long to break above 60.50. You know what? People gave me all this shit on Twitter yesterday. Oh my goodness, that pink line. Yeah, okay, that's really cool. She's got so many lines on her chart. Well, you guys know they work, right? How many times have you seen this pink EMA line perform, right? Tesla, we had it 3 days ago. And where are we in relation to the bounce off of Tesla? Hold on, right? It was down here, 1406. Oh, darn, we're up $123. Oh no, I don't really want to know about that EMA. Sorry, a little rant there. But got haters on Twitter. I guess that's a good thing, right? So, Shop as well has earnings coming up. I want to say it's after hours tonight. So be cautious with Shop as well. We do have a bit of a downward trend that you guys can see here from the tops, right? So look at what we're testing right at the moment. So we could break out from here, right? We could break out. It's been hitting all-time highs. This stock is similar to an Amazon or a Baba, and that people can go ahead and create their own stores, and that's going to generate revenue that all these people are trying to set up their own online stores. So what would I use as my support? I would say, hey, if it really breaks below 943.98, that's where I'm going to go ahead and get out. For now, it's trucking on up to the upside, so why break that trend? Thanks, Michael. Yeah, you know what? They really don't like to hear a woman be intelligent about stocks when they're not doing well. So it really hits their ego. And ego trading, for those people that have a lot of ego, can be very painful because they are stubborn and they don't get out. And potentially those are the people that shorted Tesla and got squeezed. I don't know, but potentially. All right, so American Intel as well came down to that point of that 45-minute support line. Actually, hold on, it's on our daily, I believe. It came down to the 21 EMA, and it bounced, it held. No, we went down below it, right? And this is now the third day. Many times the third day of that 3-day pullback could be, it's on the weekly that we're on the 4 EMA, I think, here. Nah, 161 right here. All right, so are we going to go ahead and bounce and go ahead and surge higher? Potentially, right? Look at this. This has acted as a resistance in the past right here. And we really need to see it close above 50 for Intel, in my opinion, to be back into that upward trend. It broke down the faster moving averages, pulled back, but Intel had great earnings. Stochastics, hey, we're down below. We might go ahead and see a reversal down here. We'll see what happens at the end of the week for Intel. It might be good to get in. Who's buying computers? Everything is happening online. More companies are seeing that they can have their employees work from home, less overhead, less commercial real estate, which is very expensive, less insurance on those properties, less electricity bills. All sorts of things have opened the eyes of these companies. Hey, maybe we don't need to actually have people in the office every single day of the week. Maybe they can rotate, and hey, it's 3 days a week. So you've got people rotating in and out, and they just set up business meetings in person. So there's a lot of things where the computer sector, the Qs have pulled back. However, they're at that point where on our weekly chart, we're still up above. We're above this trend line here. So in my opinion, I feel like we're going to go ahead and surge higher into the end of the week. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to try to keep these to about 15-20 minutes so it's not too long for people to watch later in the day as well. Intel calls. Let's look at it. Also, make sure that you guys do log in 6 o'clock tonight. I am releasing my stock market manipulation video. And on Thursday at 6, I will be doing a review of Pitbull, the market floor trader, which is really cool. Some really cool tips in that. So check that out too. ASIF, I think it will take time for the market to come back to normal. Potentially 3 years, actually. And then for the aviation industry, maybe even more like 5 years for it to be back booming to where it was, for sure. And also the cruise lines and all of the, the theme parks. But theme parks are less expensive than going on a cruise or going on a big vacation. So we might see that happen earlier than the cruise lines and the aviation area. All right, have a great day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget 6 o'clock tonight to check out my market manipulation video. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye.